Hello everyone, welcome to the Behind Enemy Lines podcast. Tonight we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be painting a Corsair. This once again was kindly provided by Battlefront as part of our Behind Enemy Lines podcast coverage of the Pacific. Join me as I go through masking and painting this bad boy in my favourite navy colours. Prepare for some Corsair action. Okay, so I've started this model by covering the base in PVA glue. The reason behind that is I don't. The plain base is the best thing to hold it because it's magnetized, but it's I don't want to overspray on it. So I've covered it in PVA glue to hopefully act as a mask. The first color I'm going to use, and this one is Tamiya's X3 Royal Blue. So we'll give that a whirl. Now it's still kind of tacky. This spray, this glue. So we'll just magnet's not very good. We'll figure out how this works and give it a pretty lickety split. But yep, that magnet's rubbish. You know what? I might just ditch this plan because that was a failed idea. And now my hands are covered in glue. Genius move there by me. I'll get plainer. Here we go. This is better. This is better. This is what you want. So I'm going to coat it like a German grey. And now I'm trying to get really little panel paints in here, because I want that blackness to show through. I apologise for the noise. My airbrush's compressor can be kind of loud. Actually, what I'll do is I'll move this. We'll move this for now, so you can probably see it a bit better. See the colour. Right, so now we're just going to do the side. Planes are 1:4:4 scale, so they're pretty straightforward to do. There's not much mucking around when it comes to planes. So what this is that colour, the Royal Blue mixed in with some thinner, because I like to make sure mine's the consistency of milk is my favourite description of it. So it flows like a thick milk, if that makes any sense. Oop, don't want to knock any of the things off the bottom. It's really starting to look pretty good. Now, this is one of my favourite model kits to build as a young child. Of course, back then I was a lot more ham-handed, so it wasn't that great. This plane is pretty cool. In the Pacific game, it comes with rock bombs as normal. You can upgrade it to have rockets and napalm, which is really nasty. You can also give it the close air support rule. So, what's the word? So I think you can bomb closer to your dudes, unless I'm wrong. I'll go back and reread the book later. Bit of crap on that. Yeah, we're just going to end up getting our fingers blue. It's alright. Alright, just doing some little sprays off the camera. Alright, we'll mask this up and come back to you. For now, it's blue. Basic job, but we're nowhere near done. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, so we're moving on to the next color now, which is XF23 by Tamiya, which is light blue. I'm going to coat that on the bottom of our Corsair here. Now I've masked off some parts so that I don't get overspray on it. Alright, I'm going to begin. Pick a point and you can see some of the bonds, the call it, the paint is rubbed off, and that's because of where I keep it. Now I'm going at this pretty directly and from pretty far away too, because I want those panel lines to still show. But I'm going to need to get it in parts. Of course the bombs and all the weapon systems will have to change colour because, you know, this is a bit tricky in there. That's what we got the mask for. So you'll notice with most planes they'll have a bit of sky blue at that bit between the tail and the fuselage there. That'll do. Looking good for you guys, you can see okay, good. So the way to not get overspray is to well, not paint. I know it sounds dumb, but your angles are sort of important here. Okay, I'll just get a closer inspection. Sorry, I can't see terribly well on account of, you know, I'm not usually I'm a lot closer when I'm airbrushing, like nose to the miniature kind of deal. Mostly because I think I'm blind, but I'm getting glasses. Okay. Right. That part there is done. That was relatively quick. Oh no. See, you always think you're done. There's a little bit. So I'm just going to inspect around these bombs because they're placed precariously. Sorry if that's on. Well, we don't need to worry about the bombs anymore because they've just deployed. Oh lordy. Well, I guess we can scrap that painting then. Looks like we've dropped it and had a major boo-boo. Resuming scheduled programming, I've managed to glue the wing back on. So it fell into foam, would you believe it or not, and the wing snapped off. It snapped off at this joint here. So that's like a seam line, which can be a weakness. I've managed to glue the bombs back on. They're not fully aligned, and one of the rockets that fell off. So, that's probably the good thing about resin. I mean, you can only tell because there's a, you know, because the super glue shinier than there on the wing panel. Just, you know, I used a bit too much, but we'll get rid of that and paint a bit more on later. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's just a bit of crap. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do some more of the details, but I thought I might paint the engine itself yellow, because I've seen that, and it'll add a nice bit of contrast to the two blues we've got. So we've got the sea blue, so you can't see it, the sky blue, so you can't see it from above, and the dark blue, so you can't see it when looking down on it. We'll be back shortly, and I'll whip up a yellow for you. Sorry about my squeaky chair, it is squeaky. Okay, so I've got the engine masked off. I'm going to start with a favorite, which is AK Interactive's Dunkelgrab Light Base. Because I have to build up to quite a bright yellow, and most yellows are kind of translucent, opaque, real thin and real see-through stuff. So I've got to do it the old-fashioned way and play the layer game. Alright, don't want this to go on too fast. I still need it to go all the way over it. And there's some big chips there where I've dropped it, as you can see, and metal doesn't take too kindly to having the mask on it either. Trying to avoid overspray, just like before. Oh, what's wrong with my hands? Yeah, planes are a bit of a pain in the ass to hold because there's no, you've got no real holder for them. I mean, aside from that base, which is just going to sit there having PVA glue on it for the rest of the night. I'll peel that up in the morning. Alright, so that's a nice soft yellow. I'll try and mix in some all sorts of stuff sticking to me. I'll try and dump some of that because there's quite a lot left of my brush. Spray the engine tip a bit. We'll go back over that with the metallic in just a bit. I'll just get rid of some of this paint. Yeah, most of the yellow that I saw on the noses of Corsair were actually looked to be British or New Zealand Corsairs. That's probably why I've seen them before, because I think we have a couple of them here in New Zealand as part of a Warbirds association, so that's pretty cool. And my wife's grandfather used to work on the Corsairs during the Second World War. Alright, so the next colour I'm going to try and use, I've got some of that Dunkelgelb left in there. I'm going to try and add this yellow to it. This yellow, as you can hear, pretty thin. So I'm going to try and get it as shaped up as possible and mix it in with this colour here. So, a few drops. It will form a brownish kind of brackish yellow, but I'm not after anything too bright. This isn't a cartoon army. Mix it in the airbrush just to, oh yeah, it doesn't look too bad. So remember never to go straight onto your model with an airbrush color, because you don't know whether it's going to spider or kind of like green or the exact same color that you put in. Especially if you're using a SOTAR 2020, they tend to gunk up quite quickly with some of the specialist airbrush ranges. So we'll get this one sorted and yellowed. Oh yeah, here we go. So that Dunkelgelb was actually acted as a bit of a stabilizer for that, for this. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. I don't want to get it too runny because you can see it's quite shiny. This model will probably end up with a whole bunch of gloss on it because the Navy glossed their planes. That's why you usually see them and they're really shiny. I mean, black and white pictures don't really do them justice, but that added Navy gloss to it. That's what it's called, I do believe. To avoid rust, which is pretty genius. And it'll help me put decals on too. Alright, so we'll put that, I don't want to put it on that yellow. Flip that over. We'll come back to that one once they're all peeled off the tape, see what it looks like. So here we have it, the yellow nose. Not too bright of a yellow, not too dark of a yellow. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to skip the next part. It's basically details, so it'll be cockpit, rockets and bombs. I don't think you want to see that. It's going to be me painting white and green, and I really need to be really close to the miniature to do that because my eyes, they do not work like they used to. I'll be back shortly with another shot of those. Okay, and we're back, but it looks like I got a bit carried away and went and did all the final parts. So I gave it a satin varnish because I could not find my gloss varnish. I've applied the decals and I've also given it a bit of chipping weathering. So what that is that's just black paint with oily steel underneath it. I'll take it off its magnet now. You can't tell that I broke the wing off before, so that's pretty good. And we'll show you the armaments. So I've got some rockets and a couple of bombs. That's all good to go. So when I find my gloss varnish, I'll get a final gloss varnish to get that navy gloss that Mike told me about. But yeah, that's it there, ready for the table. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe.